good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, cobwebs. Love it. What the hell? Roger Armstrong. Not the guy who produced The Damned and the Buzzcocks. Okay. Well, again.
Yeah.
After how many years?
Yeah, 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
30 years. 30年ぶり。
いや、本当嬉しいですよ。日本語で大丈夫ですか？
多分。18歳ぐらいかな、その時。I was living at Camp Zama. I just picked up some punk rock records andこれ面白いな. I started going out to Tsubaki House club in Shinjuku and just started hanging out, listening to the music, getting into it, and I kind of went from there. Then somebody started giving me a flare. Masami was there, all the old guys. Yeah, and Sakebi was there sometimes. Sorry, you saw flyers. Oh yeah, and then Comes, Minoru, and Naoki.
When was that?
When was that?
Yeah.
Wow, that was way back in like 82, 83? Maybe 1983, 82. Something like that. By 1984, that's where I met Red Rum and Tatsuya when we started doing Dead Cops way back then. He invited me to sing for the band. Like, okay. I was just 19-year-old kid with a mohawk.
So then you started Dead Cops, and then that was you were 18?
I was like 19 or 20. I think so, yeah. Yeah.
And Dead Cops broke up?
Dead Cops, we did Dead Cops for like about 9 months. But we were all just young, immature. We got angry with each other, angry with ourselves. After 9 months, it just fizzled. I think the bottom line is we were young and immature.
And you started sick?
I started sick I'm ran into Kevin Crow. Kevin Crow was another American kid from Yokota Air Base. Actually, he's flying in here tomorrow.
Oh.
Tomorrow. He missed you by one day. He's flying in here tomorrow. His son's going to a baseball camp, so I'm going to meet up with him in Mesa. Kevin Crow and myself started sick, but Kevin kind of bailed. I think he went back to Hawaii or something, and I just fuck it, just find somebody else to play guitar. We went through like guitarist after guitarist after guitarist, and John was singing. John was getting out of the sick was just a big long story. That lasted about 3.5 years. But they were like some of the happiest years of my life. And we ended up being with Hot-Chong, Sugi-Chong. Sugi-Chong was like the bassist, the second bassist. The first guy was just kind of an idiot, so we fired him. Sugi-Chong was the bass player. We went through a lot of guitarists till we found Hot-Chong. Of course, we had Ken Babb singing eventually after John left. I still run into John once in a while. He's in New Jersey. He's going to come see you guys when you play in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's still a fucking freak.
He's still in a band?
John was the first singer of Sick.
Yeah.
He was getting out of the Air Force, so he had to quit. And I remember he told me that at Yokohama Gene Genie, outside Gene Genie down there in Yokohama. And he told me, I'm afraid I'm going to have to quit the band. I'm getting out of the Air Force. I was like, well, why don't you just sign back on? And he fucking hit me! I don't blame him. I told him to stay in the Air Force and he hit me. I don't blame him. I love John to pieces. He was great. It's going to be good to see Kevin soon. It was great seeing you guys. It was great seeing you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Definitely have to keep in touch more. Yeah. Social media makes it a lot more easy.
Yep.
Probably more in the Japanese because I was able to see Japanese bands live. I was living in Japan. Musically? Musically, I see a lot of similarities. I think the biggest thing is attitude, also. Because, yeah, I'd say maybe the attitude. In Japan, kids are raised to be polite and everything. That sort of thing doesn't exist here. I saw a lot of stupid fights, for just pointless reasons here in America. And that sort of thing would never happen in Japan. I remember a kid got thrown out of the mosh pit, and he turned around, he bowed an apology, and jumped back into the pit. You would never see that in America. That kind of politeness. But I was impressed with the show tonight. I mean, it went well. Everyone was jumping around crazy, having fun. I'm like, that's kind of close to the scene I remember. I like that. No fights. Yoku
そうなんだよね。いろいろね、ロジャーに聞きたいことはたくさんあったんだけどね。そうそうそう。日本レントゲンを始めたのはどういう？
Oh god, I was just bored. Had a video camera. Why not? The DIY, the do-it-yourself ethic.
Yeah.
And so I was making cassettes, the consumer blackmail cassettes. It was a compilation of just different bands, okay. And the deal was simple. It's like, here's your master copy, you sell your copies, and that's your money. So that way I wasn't in complete control. It was just very kind of like an open-ended architecture. Same with the Nippon no Rentogen. It's like, here's your copy, make copies and sell them. Fine, go ahead. So I had a lot of time to sit and drink and do it and sit and drink and edit and drink and then edit some more and drink and make copies. I drank a lot. I hardly drink it all these days.
No.
DIY.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, punk rock's always been about do it yourself. Which also, I also reflects with the Buddhist philosophy a little bit. Nobody's going to do anything for you. You've got to do it for yourself.
Describe the essence of a hardcore punk rock, like based on experiences. Exchanging or trade outside of the currency. The money or bills or.
Yeah.
Of course, money is.
Well, yeah,
important.
we need money to survive. I understand.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's not the focus. No, it's never been the focus. If money was the focus, this gig would have been much more money at the ticket at the door. Your T-shirts would be $50 instead of $18. If money was the focus. But you need money for gas to go to the next show, for food, for hotels, whatever. So yeah, we have to work and do something. But making money off of punk is kind of it's like the Sex Pistols. It turns you into a businessman. There's no ethic. Yeah.
DOF.
DOF.
Yeah.
Yeah. Desecration of freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. He was.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So much for our tour